I thought I would contact John Tamihere. Now, I have JT's number, and I call him JT because I've known him for more than 20 years. I've worked in the same places as him. I've had beers with him. I've broken bread with him. I've worked for him, actually. Done a little bit of consultancy for the Māori Party. So I know John Tamihere well. And I would generally say he's not a bad bloke, one-on-one. We might not agree politically on a lot of things. We may not see eye to eye, but he's a good bloke. And he's always been fair, amicable and friendly towards me. You can't have friends if you're a journalist with politicians. That just doesn't happen, okay? And it shouldn't happen. But I wouldn't have called him an a-hole. Until that was, I rang him on Sunday asking if he would come on for an interview. I'd get more details. And he texted me back. And I got this. Talk to the New Zealand police. There is only one investigation underway, and that involves our mokapuna, which I think is Māori for our children. When they get attacked, we awaken. Well, I'm sorry, this woman wasn't actually attacked. Her home was burgled and a fence got knocked down and a note was left, but was she attacked? Well, maybe in the broader sense of terms. When they are attacked, get attacked, we awaken. Ooh. The more folk like you that target us, the more we will organise. Well, I didn't target anyone, Mr. Tamihere. I was doing my job and seeking to get answers to questions about what I considered, if true, if your claims are true, a very disturbing incident in the context of this election campaign. But as he said, the more folk like you that target us, the more we will organise. It's only, and get this, it's only a matter of time. 25% of all babies under 5 that go to sleep tonight in Aotearoa, that's New Zealand, Māori for New Zealand, are of Māori descent. It is only a matter of time. I would be grateful if you did not contact me again. We have nothing in common. Nothing. Full stop. Well, actually we do, John. We both live in New Zealand. I think we both care about this country. We're both human beings. We share largely the same DNA. We're both men. We're both of a certain age. John, we both have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes. We have got lots in common, John. But if you choose to play divisive politics, if that's in your interest, to whip up your core voter base of 3 to 4% to hate the white man, I guess that's what you would say. But I came back. I said, and this is just, being used to this, my strange way of speaking, I said, that dog's not going to bark, JT, which is my way of saying I'm not going to stop contacting you. That dog's not going to bark, JT. You head a political party seeking votes from New Zealanders, and I have every right to ask questions of you. Yes, I do. You stand for public office, and Mr. Tamihere, I'd remind you, your party is mainly funded by the taxpayer through a very curious series of donations from you who've lent yourself money from your trust that gets money from the taxpayer. Right? You are a public figure. Your party is standing for office. It is accountable via good news media to the public. So I came back with that. That dog's not going to bark, JT. You head a political party seeking votes from New Zealanders, and I have every right to ask questions of you. And I thought that might be the end of it, stunning as it was. But then this comes back. White folk like you, the people that fund you, well, they're listening now, actually, John. The people that fund me are our subscribers, our advertisers. Okay? White folk like you, the people that fund you, even Luxon, used the same terminology. And he's off now. We are not dogs. I never called you a dog, John. We are not dogs. Now I am blocking a mongrel, then he calls me a dog effectively, a mongrel like you. Do not contact me again, as it is now harassment. So we've now got the cry-bully, full-on cry-bully from John Tamihere, as it is now harassment, and that brings about remedies. So a threat, clearly an implied threat of legal action against me for doing my job on your behalf and asking questions of him. I am blocking a mongrel like you. Do not contact me again. Well, I'm going to, John. I'm going to keep asking, just like we do with Chris Hipkins and the Green Party who want to block us. We're going to keep doing our job and asking questions. I came back and I said, knock yourself out, John. But I still have questions for you and your party. Oh, and I've never called you or any of your candidates dogs. I also put on later, could I check this is actually JT? Because I did have a worry that some radical nutbar had stolen his phone and was texting on his behalf. I look back at that series of texts and I waited a while till I released them, and I waited till this morning because I wanted to read them again several times and see if I was overreacting or if it was just normal. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not normal. In the New Zealand I know and love, what's normal is if people get a bit hot or they have a disagreement, they might ring each other on the phone, and hitherto in my career, this has been how we've done it in this lovely little country we have. You ring up and you have a yarn and you might yell at each other. I'll be honest, Willie and Jack, you've had some of my private conversations with Willie Jackson on the other end, haven't you? Willie and I have a crack at each other. But underneath it all is fundamentally the idea that this country is too small to be playing cancel culture with each other. John Tamihere clearly doesn't feel that. And I personally got to say, because I quite like the guy, he's good company, I feel a loss, a personal loss. But also I can see this in context. The Māori Party is only needs or wants to appeal to Māori voters, people on the Māori roll. And its battle really, I mean, the party most likely to have attacked their candidate is the Labour Party. They are most threatened. That is the real battle in the Māori electorates between the Māori Party and the Labour Party. But so really it is in the interest, because of this apartheid system we've created, it is in the interest of people like John Tamihere not to seek out the angels of their better nature, but to become more and more extreme. And I am going to agree, actually, with Chris Hipkins, and I'm going to agree with James Shaw, and I'm going to agree with John Tamihere. Yes, the race baiting and the dog whistling in this election has been worse than ever before, and it has created division and hatred. The problem is, guys, it's all come from you.